Welcome, one and all. Eric Johnson, or EJ the DJ, with you, and very excited. Fair times in full effect, and of course, we're talking about the Butler County Fair. Big lineup. Logan Mize with my next guest, special guest on the show. He's a country singer, songwriter, and at one time host of Wade's World. Party on! It's time for Wade Bowen. Welcome to the show, buddy. How you doing?
Party on, party on. I'm good. I'm
That's
good.
like, so I bet you probably got that and then some there doing that during the pandemic, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah, of course. And then I did it a lot myself as well. You have to. You have to.
You got to. It's fun. No, I know everybody's kind of wondering too. And pandemic, we don't even get to, that's in the past, but it was a tough time for you guys. Talk to us about Wade's World right off the bat. Tell us how that helped you out, and of course, you're donating to charity as well. How it helped out for those less fortunate.
Yeah, it was just a random idea. Back when all that was going on, I'd heard this thing called live streaming and had no clue what I was doing. Called around, asked some friends to help me, and that are lot more tech savvy than I am, and we figured it out. And I feel like I heard about it going on. I wanted to be one of the first ones to do it, and I think we were. We were very early on in the game. I think that's why I was successful at first, and gave me something to do when we were completely locked down and didn't know what was going to happen. It gave me a chance to do something and to work, and doing it every Friday night was a blast for me. I worked on it the whole week when we're sitting at home doing nothing. It gave me something to do, and it gave my guests something to do as well. For them to be able to prepare for it and come over. And I never, in my wildest dreams, imagined it would do what it did. I think the first week we did it, we had like over 7,000 people watching, and the next week was about the same. It's just my mind was blown. Technology and how we could all still find a way to reach out to each other and help, and it was. I mean, I'm still speechless at how everyone gave to. They bought so much merchandise off of our merch store and donated money to the guests so we could give them money for being a part of it, and they donated money to our music cares at the time was who we were giving the money to. I mean, it's just the numbers were just speechless. What they were doing. Everybody was sitting at home with their families, struggling like we were, and still willing to help out. And it just shows so much about our fans and the people that love this music and how supportive they've always been of us, and no matter what we do. And it's something that I'll never forget. I'm so glad I have Wade's World to look back on during a very difficult time for all of us.
Well, and you said it best. I know, watching periodically because just like everybody else, we were stuck at home. But you always emphasize music heals, and then that was the biggest thing. And quite frankly, you know, probably healed yourself too because you guys were still out there delivering content to the fans and engaging with fans on another level.
Yeah, everyone needed it, and that's the thing is I needed to do it to give me something to do, but to reach, yeah, to be able to reach everybody. I mean, how many years later? It's 3 years later, and over 3 years later, and I still have people come up, and just like this, I mean, still people bring
Yeah.
it up all the time. It's
I
just,
was a fan, and I honestly I was going to ask you too if that ever would be something where it would come up in the future again because I think it done its justice and then some.
yeah, we've considered it. We actually tried. We started a podcast with it after, and I've just got to readjust it. I didn't do it right, but we do have a podcast. There are some episodes up for Wade's World on the podcast. And so I'm going to continue eventually when I have some time. I'm just so busy right now since we came back. I'm busier than I've ever been on purpose. I committed to, reviving my career, and not reviving it. It wasn't ever, but just committing to doing more. And so I got so busy, I just couldn't really handle it anymore. But I am eventually going to bring it back. I love doing it. I love talking music with other artists and guests, and it's something I really enjoyed. And I think people saw that too, that I really enjoyed doing it. And so hopefully we'll bring it back very soon.
Yeah, and it's a great opportunity. It's not. I would say the pandemic kind of like pressing the refresh button on the internet. you came back in full effect. And I honestly, you have been very busy across the Midwest. I see you got points up there in Oregon, even this summer and fall this year, and even in June. You had such, I think it was, in my opinion, a memorable time. Not only sharing the stage with your boy, getting a little father son time on that one, being at the Opry, heck,
Yeah,
even one on one with Vince Gill. I
yeah,
mean, I mean, tell us about it. I mean, your mind must have been blown this year.
yeah. This has been a fun month. Yeah, having my son just turned 15. He was 14 when he was out. He just turned
Yeah,
15 a couple of days ago, and yeah, he played drums, which is a hard thing. You can hide behind the guitar and vocals and other things, but to carry a band as a 14-year-old drummer is not an easy thing to do at all. And he did a great job, and uh, it was so much fun having him out there. And he worked really hard and did a good job. And that's just a dream come true for me. I never pushed it on them and never made them do it. They just both of my boys have found their way to do it. To bring themselves on stage in their own way, and that's really special for me. Yeah, and always getting to play the Opry. I think that was my eighth or ninth time to do it. It feels like the first time every time. It's such a special place, and the day of and the day before, I got to spend some time at Vince Gill's house writing with him at his house, which was another dream come true that I knocked off my bucket list of people. And he could, he's a very, very good dude. We've done some stuff in the past. He's the one singing harmony on West Texas Rain,
yeah. All
and
right. Yeah.
we've seen, we've seen each other here and there throughout the years, but never really gotten to do what we got to do there. Sitting together, writing, and he, eventually I'm going to get him out to sing with me at the Opry, hopefully, something like that. But he's just a fantastic guy, and obviously a fantastic songwriter and singer. So that was just, I mean, one of those things that came across the table, and I cannot believe he agreed to spend 2 days of his life writing with some guy from Texas. But it was, we got two great, amazing songs that I'm really proud of, and I'm just looking forward to continuing that friendship there. He's a fantastic person.
And yeah, just an awesome talent. I got to ask you though, did you kind of? I know you have to keep the professional side, but inside, did you kind of want to nerd out and like ask him a whole bunch of questions or something like that?
Yeah, I did, and luckily with him, he's very welcoming and very warm. So I didn't, I wrote with Guy Clark, and I was intimidated the whole time. I couldn't even hardly talk.
Yeah.
But with Vince, he made you very comfortable, and so I got to ask him a lot of cool questions, and he talked about certain things. I mean, of course, you're in his studio at his house, surrounded by, right when you walk in, you see the Country Music Hall of Fame plaque, and all these guitars and stuff he has everywhere. So I mean, I think he's pretty open and with it all, and enjoys talking about music and talking about his career. And heard lots of great stories, and I shared some good stories with him. It was just a great, great friendship, and I hope we continue to be buddies. It's really fun.
Oh, I don't, that's awesome. We're talking with Wade Bowen. Don't forget, Tim T presents Logan Mize with Wade Bowen at the Butler County Fair, July 14th, down there at the bottom. Make sure, get your tickets now, outhousetickets.com. It's going to be a great show. And of course, with the way your schedule has been kind of stacked up here, Wade, how do you juggle, the music life and dad life here and all this? How do you keep it all, in check?
Well, I have a great wife. I mean, that's how I juggle it.
There
I
you
mean,
go.
it would be impossible without her. Shelby, keeps the home fires burning, right?
Yeah.
She is an incredible mom, and very supportive of my career as well. She's not constantly harassing me, get home and I need you to do this. She understands that this is what it is, and that's very hard to find. And along with that, she's an incredible mom who's always there for our boys, and doing that. So it would be really hard, otherwise. I mean, obviously, I would figure it out and know how to do it without her if I had to. But I'm so thankful that I have her, and that we have her as our family, because this is not an easy life, and it's not easy to be married to this life. Um, and I think with her and my boys, they're all very supportive and very, very proud of what we do, and understand that this is the way. It's different from the way I grew up. I grew up son of an electrician. So my dad was home, and he was my baseball coach growing up as a kid, and all those things, so it took me a while to. I struggled with that, but I've learned over the years that my kids are raised different from me, and because of the lifestyle that I chose and the job that I chose, and it's so they're they don't know any different, and I think they really enjoy it. And when you have those opportunities to bring them out on the road and see what I do, and they really enjoy it, and really are proud. They don't want to admit it, but I think deep down they're really proud of what I do, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, it's kind of cool because they're kind of carrying on their version, their music, inside, and it's not mirroring you, it's their own element. And I think that's kind of rewarding knowing that the talent continues on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I've never pushed them in any direction. I just my deal as a dad is I always just try to introduce them to as much as I can, whether it's sports or church or or music, whatever it is. I just try to introduce them to a bunch of things, and they figure out what sticks. They figure out where their passions are, and both of my boys are very different from each other. So they figure it out, make their mistakes and trial and error stuff until they figure out what they love and don't love. And I really feel they both are very talented kids on a lot of levels, but they are very talented when it comes to music. And I hope they do it somehow in some shape or form. I don't think they have to make a career out of it, but I think they could if they wanted to. They are very talented. So it's up to them. They're 15 and 18, so they'll figure it out.
I was gonna say one way, shape, or form, but it's really because uh, looking at you, I mean, just an incredible father figure. I mean, with what you're doing with your career and building it the right way, the way you want it to be, and it's the boys can see that, and I commend you for that. That's it. It's a lot of hard work building the way building your brand up the way you want it to be, and showing the kids that hard work does pay off. So kudos to you.
Yeah, that's the main thing is I want them to see that they should never be afraid to chase their dreams. And I hope when they think about me, after I'm long gone, that's the one thing they get more than anything is that I love them with all my heart and that I was never afraid to chase my dreams and still be their dad too. And I hope that's they take that with them and chase their own.
So I got to ask: is the boys going to go head to Dad's alma mater there at Texas Tech or not? What are we thinking?
No, no. Hopefully,
No.
maybe the younger one will, but the older one, he's going to University of Dallas, and he's
Oh.
excited about it. So he's gonna go. He's a lot smarter than me, I guess. So he's gonna go to a great little small school there in Dallas, which is a fantastic school. So I'm very proud of him for that.
Good, good. So I was going to say Texas Tech this year. What are you thinking? How do you thinking the football is going to fare this year?
I think we're going to be good. I love Coach McGuire. I think he's a fantastic person, and I just every time I'm around him, I want to play football for him. He's such a great motivational speaker, and
Amen.
the
Amen.
kids. I think more than we've had maybe ever. The kids just want to play for him, and I think it's going to be a fun season. I'm anxious to see what he can do and what he continues to do. He's already done so much for the university as a whole. Just he just carries himself with so much character and just is a fantastic human being. So I love him being there. I think it's a great fit, and I'm really really excited to see what he's not only going to do this year, but for a long time.
Well, and the renovations over there are looking pretty slick too. So I think that's going to be a big improvement. I know we're doing it up here with the Huskers in our neck of the woods too, but down there I think it was much needed, and it looks like it's going to be a good investment for you guys.
Yeah, yeah, they've been slowly redoing that stadium over the years, and man, it looks incredible. This is going to be a good final piece to that beautiful stadium already, and yeah, I watched him climb up that tower, or they watched him climb up to the top of that crane or whatever, and I was like, man, there's no
Yeah,
way I would
doesn't
do
scare
that.
a crap out of a person.
Yeah, it scared me just watching him climb up there, but that just shows you the commitment that he has to our university and what. I love it. He climbs up there and gives his whole "let's go," and I just I think every school wants somebody like him, and I'm excited to have him, and you know I hope Nebraska's good too, right? Yeah, how's
Well,
y'all's team looking?
I mean, not terribly bad. We got Coach Rule coming into the equation. I think he's making some very significant positive turns. The old saying goes, in that neck of the woods too, opening up the local pipeline is key, keeping keeping the kids in local, and that's the biggest thing. So I don't know. It's always hard to what they say, drink the Kool-Aid early, but it's getting exciting. You've been up here in Nebraska. You know how excited we get. So
Coach Rule is great. I mean, he's a proven track record, and so I
yeah.
can't imagine it not being fantastic there, and I can't imagine not being excited about it because he knows what he's doing, and so it's gonna be cool to watch.
Yeah, and it's just a lot of craziness going on with the conference realignments, of course, with not just the Big Ten but the Big 12 as well, and getting to see some new competition. And I never would have thought Nebraska and Colorado would have a significant impact with Prime and Coach Rule, but hey, we'll see how it goes. But
Yeah.
UCF, especially coming in, into the equation for you guys, that's kind of a neat thing too, isn't it? Having some new teams come into the blood.
Oh yeah, so much fun. I mean,
Yeah.
I think these, it's the times that we live in. Times are changing, things change, and so we'll develop new hatred towards new schools. The way it goes, and yeah,
Not
but
much on Baylor anymore. We'll go to somebody else this time, right?
yeah, we'll go. But, getting to travel to other cities and learn learn what they have and all that stuff is. I think it's really fun, exciting, and it's just the way it is. You just have to adapt and adjust. So
Yeah.
we will,
I
we
can't
all
imagine. We got football coming up here. What, 7, 8 weeks, something like that? Holy moly!
yeah.
Woo! Well, hopefully, you'll stay back near home. That way, you can enjoy some football.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm obsessed with football, so hopefully I
Oh,
get
amen
to
here.
the games.
Yeah. Well, the schedule. Uh, you guys are just going all over the place, and I was always wondering, have you and Logan ever crossed paths or performed together
Oh yeah,
in the
yeah,
past? Okay.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, for somebody who's coming in, seeing the fair, what do they get to experience with Logan Mize and Wade Bowen coming up?
Well, I mean, I've known Logan a long time. Back when he was first starting out, I was coming through the Midwest there and playing, and he was opening up, and he's done really well in his career since. And we've stayed in touch a little bit, but I've kept an eye on what he's doing. He's always been a great guy, and so I root for good people, and so I keep watching him through socials and all that, see how he's doing, and doing really well. And so I'm always happy to share the stage with Logan. I love what he does, and I think it's going to be a great show. We're excited. Now I know we have a ton of new music, and we've been working really hard the last 2 years on all of that. So I really am happy with our show right now. We have I feel like it's the best show I've ever had, and it just makes me excited to get on stage. Like I think about it right now, just man, it gets me pumped to get out there. And so I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be an absolute blast. Logan always puts on a great show, and we're just excited to be there. We love Nebraska and love playing there, and so this is fun for us. We're excited to be back.
Yeah, it's going to be a banger indeed. And you speak of new music, of course. Talking about "Car Ride Home," another one in just coming up to my mind. The third version of "Hold My Beer" with Randy Rogers as well. Tell us about some of this new music coming out in the near future.
Yeah, well, since COVID gave me a kind of it rejuvenated me. It's crazy how it did that. I've heard that from a lot of artists, but it really did. Like I developed this new love for music, and not that I didn't ever love it before, but I love it more now than I ever have. And so I feel like that's coming across in my writing and in the songs and just the way I'm approaching my career right now. So we're just pushing. I mean, the last year and a half, 2 years, we've just been putting new music out all the time, and just because we've been writing so much and recording so much, so we're just throwing it out there as much as possible because I love it. I love my job more than I ever have. So I hope people see that and feel that, and I think you'll feel that in the show with the new stuff as well. And we're not slowing down. We've got we had the new record back in August of last year, and then immediately went into working on the Hold My Beer stuff. Volume 3 coming out. We got new songs coming out. With Car Ride Home is actually out now, but we have more songs coming out for the rest of the year that are Wade Bowen as well. And then I'm already starting a new record, so I'll have a new record in 24 as well. So no
Nice.
slowing down for me, man. I'm full, foot on the
Full
gas,
speed ahead. That's
man.
awesome. Wow. I just looked at the clock here. Geez, I could probably talk all day, but I know your time's precious. You want to spend time at home there while you can.
Oh
You
man,
know,
I'm happy to talk shop. I'll sit here and talk to you all day. You got to
yeah.
cut me.
Well, honestly, I would too, but I don't have a six pack waiting for me, so we'll probably have to just part ways for now. But I can't wait to see you here coming up. What, couple weeks up here in Nebraska? So
Yeah,
it's coming up fast. So,
yeah,
um, with Logan Mize, we got Silas Creek. Everybody down below, make sure get your tickets. See this man right here, Wade Bowen. He'll open up the show, bringing out Logan Mize July 14th, Butler County Fair. Tempty's got a banger. We can't miss it. I know I'm not going to miss it too. Wade, my friend, thank you. I know it's I can't wait to see you in a couple of weeks, man. I hope we can talk some more.
yeah. I look forward to it, and thanks for your time. And like I said, we love playing out there, so we're so excited to be back, and look forward to having a great show, a great time.
Well, Nebraska loves you. We do too. It's Wade Bowen joining me. For Wade Bowen, I'm Eric Johnson saying so long for now.